Hi, guys. Well, thank you for joining us on this Monday night. Thank you, Mobile Mondays. This is Mobile Mondays brought to you by The Music Source. For gear and solutions, check out The Music Source. They're at www.themusicsourceph.com, or you could find them on Facebook. Thanks so much as well for the people who have sent in their words of appreciation. Our inbox is happy. Thanks for the ideas as well, the suggestions. Definitely Pushing Faders, the Mobile Mondays program of Pushing Faders is we're definitely looking at how to grow it. And there's been a lot of ideas, and then we appreciate it. And we're working on some stuff. Maybe take a break for a while, but definitely we will come out and continues to bring you the stories of the guys that brought everything to light. So tonight, thank you. Just a moment. Tonight we've got one of the top mobile discos of the 80s, STI, and with us tonight is two of the guys behind STI, Mr. Gerard Henson and Mr. John-C. How are you guys? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Unmute. Yeah. Hey guys.
Thanks, Mario.
Oh yeah. Well, thanks, John. Thanks, Gerard. Hi, John. How are you?
Good evening. Good evening. Okay. Thanks for having us.
Oh, John, you're coming in too hot. yung audio. Anyway,
Malakas.
just yeah, medyo malakas. Okay. Hindi, para lang yeah, there you go. Okay, man. Thank you for hey, Mr. Mike Timbol and Litz David. How are you? Yeah, well, thank you for accepting our invite. Definitely when I conceptualized the show, I was really focusing on a lot of the mobiles that actually came before us. I'm like we started around 85. Pero yung growing pa lang nun, infancy.
Correct.
But you guys were already around. So our guests would definitely know what we're talking about. But anyway, then nagkataon lang na una kayo, pare.
Yes.
Yun lang yun.
Sadya yan na walang buhok si Gerard.
Yun.
Ayaw lang kasi ni Gerard nagigising tapos mag-aayos pa.
Oh, yes, correct. Years of experience, I guess.
Yeah, years of experience and di ba? Going to the barber, di ba?
Yes, correct.
Mr. Edward Ramirez, how are you? So, I mean, like, I remember when I was young, especially nag-umpisa kami, and during that time, everything was pretty much, everybody was pretty much self-taught. So parang you were just looking for guidance everywhere, left and right. And definitely one of the things and yung STI was one of those mobiles na hinihintay mo yung mixtape. Kasi with the mixtape, dun mo malaman, okay, what's the hits ngayon? Ano yung parang iba than the usual radio show, radio music. And then, how do you do the mix, di ba? Yun yung parang pinupulot mo nung time na yun. And I think we came across one or two. Na I don't know paano lumabas na lang yun, but it's nice. And you could imagine when a cassette came into the classroom, sunod-sunod na yan, di ba? Copy.
Correct.
Di ba? But anyway, thank you very much. I mean, I know you're busy people, and thank you for taking the time to sit with us and actually, talk about the past. So thank you. I mean, like right now, how has it been? What keeps you busy?
I think John-C's the more senior.
John, yeah. What keeps you busy?
You're March, I'm June.
Okay.
So, but since I have the mic, I most of what keeps me busy obviously is work and family, and then Gerard and I still play from time to time. Gerard more than me. I think Gerard hardly stopped from college.
Playing.
No, I did.
College, after college, I took quite a break before getting back. But I didn't stop following the trends. No, so from records to CD mixers to what we have now, no? MP3 to no loss less.
But I
Correct,
think,
correct.
yeah, I think Gerard last night played, tumugtog pa sa, ano, di ba? House of Disco.
Yeah, yeah, I played. Yeah, yeah. The
And
little things that I look for, the simple joys.
like definitely a stress reliever for you.
Definitely,
Sa inyo,
definitely,
di ba?
definitely.
Ay,
Well,
Mr.
kasi like with John C. Because John C. during college, during college I think I played a little.
Mhm.
I mean I DJ'd a little, but when I got because my profession, I'm in the medical profession, so once I got into
Main.
Oh, froze.
Wala ka.
so I
Nawala
lost
connection.
Yeah.
yeah. Do you hear me?
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, there. So anyway, so the whole 90s, literally from 90 to year 2000, I was gone.
You were, okay.
I was gone. So, but but the funny thing is that when I finished the residency, that's when it all came back again. The love for music was just rekindled my passion again.
Mhm. And I guess like, like spinning is like riding a bike, you never forget, right?
It depends what kind of bike.
You're right. When you talk about spinning, Mario, sorry to destroy your momentum. Pero there was one gadget in between. Gerard, I don't know if you remember this. The Stanton one I got when I graduated. It was my regalo to myself, right? The Stanton that I got.
Oh.
It was a joystick. So the pitch bend and the forward rewind was a joystick. Ang hirap.
Okay.
Nakakawalang gana.
Never again.
The
Never again.
transporter was separate. And
Never again.
So Denon improved from that. From the Stanton na joystick, Denon made it a small dial. The outer and inner dial. That's how they did
right.
it. So they used the same technology with different heads for the laser. But they used like a jog wheel na, the early stages of jog wheel. But yung Stanton, pagkatapos dun, sabi ko, plaka na lang tayo, Gerard.
Yeah. Papakahirap tayo.
After
Diba?
completing buying all the CDs, replicate our collection in CDs. After
Yun na nga.
Stanton.
Oo.
So then Stanton, I said, Gerard, sa'yo na lang. Where did you put it? You threw it away, I suppose.
No, I don't even remember where I put. See, look, his memory is very good because I don't even remember him giving it to me.
Pero was the transition, I mean, like, sa bagay, nung you took a break, pero, yung, did you hang on to, so, yung experience you with digital was kind of like short-lived kasi parang, during that time, when the infancy of CD mixers,
Yes, definitely.
Ganun, di ba? I think maraming ang naano doon because you were, especially pag nasanay kayo doon sa vinyl, di ba? Yung parang, you were looking for that, something close to that. So, yung feel, di ba?
But John C kept all the records. So I mean, for the group, I never kept for myself. So everything was with John C. So all the practice was still with John C.
Meron ka pang secret box, Gerard, yung secret portfolio mo.
But iba pa yun. But that's a different genre altogether.
Di ba? Para yan yung sinasabi ko, Mario, pag gusto na namin matapos yung party, linalabas na namin.
Yan.
Yun yung hindi sasayawan tao, titinginan na lang, or ano ba ito, pinapatay na talaga yung party.
Pinapatay na lang.
Pero enjoy tayo dun.
Oh yeah, super.
I think, some of us did have those records na parang, you'll just, this is for me. Ganun naman natin.
Yes, correct.
Kung uwede, ayos. Kung hindi, then, oh God. Di ba?
Correct. That's right.
But, like going back to your STI mismo, di ba? How did it even, I guess it started in high school, kung kayo, di ba? So how did it even, start? I mean, were there inspirations from around na parang, hey, let's form our own group, or we have the same musical tastes anyway, di ba? Parang ganyan. Gerard. I mean, John.
John C is I think the best person to explain it.
John.
To explain, but I didn't start it, no. So the group namin, Mario is mostly Savior school guy.
Okay.
And then
okay.
si Gerard yung import namin, most valuable player. pero ang nag-start, the one who thought about it was June Reyna actually, one of the 8. Si June Reyna. Ang source niyan is there were older classes, not from Savior na kumikita ng extra money sa mobile. 'Di ba? So actually like you, yung hinahanap rin naman namin yung mixtape nila. Pero that was to learn. Those were disco sounds.
Yeah.
But we said we want to have a different style of music genre. So nag-evolve to new wave. Before that, most of us grade school to high school, we were listening to jazz. That was the in thing. Jazz fusion. Jazz Gerard, remember we have so many tapes of
so much.
Franks,
45 sometimes or 45
yun ang ginagawa namin. Minimix pa nga namin Kenny Loggins.
Wow, hindi ko maisip
live. Oo, Kenny Loggins live.
So from that, so it started with this guy, si June Reyna nga. And then the one who coached us on we were self-taught. The one who coached us on the basics was one of the other members, Carlo Borromeo. He knew how because he was affiliated with another mobile. Tinuro lang niya sa amin yung basics. Baliktad pa yung pag-count namin noon. We were not holding the records on the beat. We were holding it on the second count. That's how we started.
That's interesting.
Just the clap.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
beat clap. So
I call it the upbeat. Yeah. Okay.
So yan yung hindi yung down, we weren't holding it the downbeat. So
I guess kanya-kanya, no?
So that's how it started. We were end of first year, early second year high school. So that's why we ended up with parang our first anthems were Tears for Fears. Yan yung una namin.
The connection between me and John-C is that we were neighbors. That's how it all started.
Kasi I was getting to that. Like, okay, kung import si Gerard.
I'm from LaSalle. Because I'm from LaSalle. John-C is from a Savior. So I probably was the honorary member of Batch 83 of Savior. So basically all my friends were basically from Savior because of John-C. That's how close we were. We would have first thing in the morning, we would see each other. Wow. We would ask what's lunch, even dinner. Minsan nagtatanong na, matutulog ka pa rin ba rito? O ano, diba? We would exchange houses. So,
okay.
And that's how we decided to practice in his room, which was in the basement. And we only had 2 records. One was Nice Girls, and the other was Stepping Out. So we would mix that the entire day.
Okay.
Mabilis din yun.
Diba? Who was
Joe
Jackson?
Joe Jackson.
Joe Jackson.
Joe Jackson was the other one. Yeah. Nice Girls was.
Nice Girls. Don't you remember?
Yeah.
And that's one. Exactly.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I get it. Paano
mabilis yun.
So you can imagine from the start that we see each other in the morning hanggang gabi, yun lang yung dalawang kanta na pinutugtog namin just to get the synchronicity of to get the beat
match.
Or the beat matching, yes.
Pagandahan pa kayo nung pagpasok doon sa...
Actually, pare-pareho lang nga eh. Pare-pareho lang. Paganda. Actually, same pasok, same.
No sablay.
Walang sablay lang. Walang kabayo. That's all how it all started.
Eye to eye. Si John to pass.
Eye to eye.
Ayun, eye to eye.
Thank you, John to pass.
Uy, thank you, John. Tama. Galing ni John talaga.
Tama.
Idol ko talaga si John.
Lodi.
Tama. Galing, Lodi.
Let's say hi first to some of our guys. Mr. Doc June Aventura, how are you? And Edward Ramirez, of course, the John Tupaz, Frankie, Sweet Generis, how are you? And of course, everybody's friend boy at Season, listening to us
Kuya,
right now. Luis
famous.
Rosa. Famous. Nung interview ko ngayon, na-intimidate ako.
Siya yung pro.
Anyway, okay.
Mario, can I add something lang?
Sure,
Since you
sure.
mentioned Frankie.
Yeah.
My very first public gig after I became a consultant from a surgeon, as a surgeon, was with Frankie. And that's how we first met. Obviously, we have the same we have the same liking, but Papa Frankie has always been my my darling. And I owe so much to him. And
What a
we've
great
been
guy.
together since, I think that was 2001 or 2000, Frankie. Hindi ako sure, Pops. But maybe you can refresh my memory. But that was my
Solid yan,
very
Frankie.
first gig.
Frankie, do you remember the date? The year at least.
Probably the year, siguro. 2001, siguro. 2000 or 2001.
Oh, that was the first when you got back
Got
from
back
your
from
hiatus.
when I became already a surgeon, a certified surgeon. Oo.
Yes, ano.
So,
But-
siya yung una-unang kasama.
Does-
And he
does-
taught me the ropes.
Does being a surgeon have anything? Does it help you? When like I don't know, precision. I don't know.
I like playing with my hands.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Okay. And the thing is, I cannot do surgery without music. So that became an integral part of my training.
Yeah, I was like imagining that. The operating room ba? Do you have a small?
Yeah.
Wow.
I used to bring a small speaker, but now it's my residents who assist me.
But you still have say on what music to play. You'd be the one.
Wala silang choice. They have to know who the boss is in the OR. Yeah. No, but of course I ask them also. I ask them to, if I'm not in the mood for anything, I just tell them to play whatever.
Then again,
music is really an integral part of my surgeries.
And then the patient is sedated naman, so or probably
Sometimes
enjoy.
hindi. Sometimes
really?
hindi. Sometimes they enjoy it also.
Okay, and I hope they like it also. I'm sure.
I hope so.
Mario,
I
since
think
the,
said, 21,
since the audience knows the era naman, di ba? Since the we were talking about, si Gerard, nagmo-music, parang ano yan, parang Top Gun. No pun intended.
Totoo.
Loko lang ha, Gerard.
Hanggang ngayon, Top Gun pa rin. Uy, kasama dyan si Frankie, baka magalit.
Frankie.
I just sent him a 2004 picture. The one we did, di ba?
Yeah, with Frankie also. Yes, I remember that.
So you did mention that the nabuo yan pretty much shaver boys with the exception to Gerard. So ano yan yung core nyo dun sa Savior, was it or parang when it started you go like, okay, I've got my friend Gerard, kasama yan dito sa grupo na yan, and then he knows the music and ganun nagsama-sama. Ganun ba, John?
It was kind of sequential pero mabilis. So, ang nangyari dun, so the guy who put it together, who can contribute what? Sino ba may magandang speaker? Sino may magandang turntable? Sino maraming plaka? So, kanya-kanya. So, ganyan nabuo yun. In fact, one of the guys who joined at the start left quickly, si Thomas D. So, we still have to acknowledge that. Kasi, yung kanya yung speakers. Pero sabi niya, after 2 jobs, sabi niya, lipat tayo ng speakers, mabubugbog yung speakers ko. Ayaw na niya. So we had to, that's when we bought we ordered new sets of speakers. Tapos yun, si Gerard, kasama ko practice, sabi ko, magaling talaga si Gerard.
Loko-loko.
Yun. So, yun. And then marami siya mga...
Did everyone play or both of you were the ones who played? Did the music during those times?
Siguro most of the time it's actually 3 of us, no? Gerard, June, myself, and then sometimes
Si
Ralph and Carlo. Paul pala, Paul. By the way, meron kaming yumaon na kaibigan matalik, si Paul Quintos. He would also play once in a while. But most of the time, yung may toka, are the three of us.
Oh, good naman. Pero so those were pretty much original members, and through the years, parang within high school. Kasi did you follow through no college or pretty much high school talaga?
Yes.
Yung parang
Up to college, up to the end of college.
the end of college.
Yeah.
And I guess that was the part when yung the these Corinthian Gardens Valle Verde parties happened, diba? And you were in the middle of it because STI kayo eh. Parang ganun.
I think we were the ones who broke the floor of Valle Verde Country Club.
Oh, like okay.
Kasi I think we really had a big party with Master Mix. ES International.
Offbeat.
Also,
Offbeats, yeah.
Offbeats and then STI. So it was one big party. It's like yung I think the floor, literally you could feel the floor
gumagano talaga.
Doing this. So we were trying to lessen the people in the middle of the floor because it was really moving this way. So, but I remember that was a very, very fun party.
Yeah, and actually that was a
Pero
very fun time. Diba?
Yeah,
parang
so much.
talaga. And I remember, sorry.
Go ahead, Mark.
No, I mean, and usually, when you talk about those Valle Verde or Corinthian ticket parties, di ba parang it wasn't just one. It was usually like 2 or 3 or 4, I think. Parang ganon yung, do you, like,
Dalawang
round
venue
robin?
yung Corinthian.
Yeah, the outside and the inside na maliit.
Yung Yagit at saka yung at saka big time.
Pero aircon yung maliit, ha? Aircon.
Oo, mas masarap
aircon.
yung maliit.
Aircon naman yung maliit,
Aircon
diba?
kasi, oo.
Pero like, di ba yung during the time when the especially Valle Verde, I think probably would be the biggest one. Yun nga, the parties that were organized by colleges would have more than one sound system and
Correct.
mag-ano na lang, parang may schedules, di ba? Schedules.
Yes,
na.
that's right.
Was there an underlying na rin doon? Underlying like who gets billed first or who does first or who does the closing? May ganun ba? Kasi syempre kung 3, 4 kayo, may ganung concern. Kami kami yung alam mo yun.
Ano nga ba yun, John? I don't
meron.
But there was. I remember there was. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Siyempre,
Pero
pati sa invitation, kailangan yung pangalan, sino unang sa frontliner, di ba? We had to discuss that. So,
nung palang showbiz na talaga, who gets top billing and who's got a bigger logo.
Exactly.
Even in my work today, in banking, it's crazy. Who wants to be on the left? Who gets to be on the left? But there was. But I think, more or less, pagkakaibigan, madali. Like I sent you one of our invites that we found, no? Nakita mo dalawang print. Master Mix Thai tapos Thai Master Mix. Para magbala.
Same billing.
Tapos yung oras yan, lagari na lang para there's fairness.
Yung parang, I hope wala lang unahan sa parang, oh shit, pinatugtog na nila yun. Parang syempre, during that time, may rin, di ba? There were a few tracks.
I think that was the good thing with us and Master Mix is that we would take care of New Wave. They would take care of everything else.
All right.
And I think was that the same party where the Dawn played also?
Yeah, there was one.
Yeah, we had another party with the Dawn, but they were still starting. They played in our party as well. So,
or we played in theirs.
It was more for us, for them, di ba? Parang tayo lang yung front act nila.
And then again, but STI was parang ganun kayo. Your label was really like new wave kayo. Yung kayo. You're not don't get us kung hindi kayo, alam niyo na yung tugtugan namin, di ba? So,
no, but we had more or less, I would say about 80%, no? Chance, we would play about 80% new wave and 20% you have to please everybody.
Yeah, you have to, you have to. Especially
you have to attract the 20%. So we attract everybody with the 20%. So once you get the 20%, you play your 80%, then everybody's happy. Diba? Yun lang naman.
Lalo na yung mga tipo, kailangan may ganun.
Balance. Ay, yun yung 50-50. Hindi, actually 80% hindi. 20%
Balance.
fluid.
Kasi
Ganun ang balance nun at that time.
lalo na kung debut, di ba? Kung ano hiningi, di ba? Yun na lang tayo.
Wala. Yeah, you're at their mercy.
Oo, kasi
Exactly.
very specific yung hiningi sa inyo.
True,
di ba?
true.
Parang
That's
ganun.
true.
So, and how did you, during that time, like, so of course, kami, naghihintay lang kami kung ano yung mga hits na, yung reference namin, yung mga papatugtugin nyo. But, kayo, how did you come up with your, your music? And how did you source it? Nung time na yun, of course, parang, not like now, you could just order it online, but before. Kasi alam natin, dati, it was about having the tracks that the others didn't have yet. So, unahan,
Exactly.
diba? So, how did you work that out, John? Yung ano na yun? How to be ahead, diba?
So friends who travel, if your parents travel, order ka agad, sugal. Kasi you will buy, you might buy stuff na you can't play. So you look for certain artists, ganyan. Chamba sometimes. So you have to buy quite a bit na baka hindi magamit. We have a few, Gerard, we didn't really use. But locally, diba, there was in
Odyssey.
Odyssey had a small selection
of Green Hills,
of imports. But in
Right,
Pasay Road,
yes, the one in Pasay Road by San Lorenzo.
It's very expensive.
Yeah.
That time, I think one record was in the 500 to 700 peso.
Oh, ganun nga yun.
Range.
Oo, ganun nga.
What's it? It begins with an S. Forget the name of the place. But
sa-
you remember where it's near where we had our haircut, Gerard.
At that time. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Madalas mabanggit yan ng mga previous guests.
Yes.
I think it's Sam's or something.
Yeah, Sam's.
Yes. There. Galing mo.
Okay.
There,
Yeah,
Sam's.
Natuto na lang.
Yeah. That's it.
Sam's,
That's it.
there. Hey, Mr. Kokoy Puyat, how are you?
Ayun na, Kokoy.
Ayan ang maraming source yan.
Yan, maraming.
Siya na nagsabing Sam's eh. Ayun na nga.
Ayun.
Thanks, Kokoy.
And then you of course you stuck to your genre and ganun nga, I mean, you had your own niche, especially, pero was it more especially dati, di ba, parang networking na lang within your friends, within your school, within your di ba?
It was always like that. I think because our parties then weren't like ticketed. They were just parties because a group of friends wanted to have a party.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would have practically a group of friends, and then probably 50% of that are gate crashers. Di ba? Ganyan eh. Parties were like that.
Yeah.
There wasn't a club. There wasn't any place where you'd have to find out who has a party on that weekend. And we would either go each and every party, or you would choose which party to
Which
go.
party?
Maski na may isa ka lang kilala doon, pupunta na lahat. Isang barkada na yun. Oo. And that was the fun part, I think, of having the parties then, because everybody knew each other.
Yeah.
And everybody wasn't really after. It was more payabangan of how many booths you have, what kind of drinks you had, what kind of music you played, how big your decorations were. It was more that. It wasn't really just, going into a club and listening to music and drinking wine. And that was so different then.
And this was running parallel with, although there were discos during that time, pero kasi nga we were young, masyadong bata pa to get into the discos. That's why ito na rin yung outlet na having those parties.
We were college na noon.
That's right.
Yeah.
My first gig was fourth year high school. That was the Savior Ball. That was the Savior Ball.
First natin is second year.
No, for me.
After
my baptismal of fire, because
ganun ba? Parang that long?
Yes.
It took that long? I didn't realize it took that long.
Because all of you had ball dates. All of you had ball dates.
Tama.
And I was the only last alive. So
in the house of Erwin Maceda.
Okay.
You remember?
Okay. Yeah. So out of baptismal of fire na yan, parang no choice ako.
Ikaw na yun. Designated.
Buong gabi.
Buong gabi.
Masaklap nun, kung naubusan na ako, uulit-ulit ako from start. Kung ano yung inuna kong kanta, binabalikan ko. Kasi that's the only repertoire I knew then. Yeah, exactly.
Yung mga balls no?
Yeah. Well, it was fun.
our first gig was patawa. My uncle.
Yeah, tape deck yun.
That one was yeah. Ang unang fee natin 700 pesos.
Okay na yun. Okay na yata yun. Okay na yata yung time na yun eh. Kasi 700 to 1,200 I think. Parang gano'n. Kung 1,500 ka sa siya.
Hindi ko na maalala yun.
Parang mura talaga ng gasolina nun.
Yung kotse namin nun, isang kotse namin nun, ang Ford Ferrari.
Ferrari.
Tapos, yung full tank niya, pag nasa taas ng E, full tank na yun. Pag nasa baba ng E, kailangan ng mag-gas.
Sa akin yun eh. Sa family ko yun eh.
Full tank na yun pag nasa taas ng E.
Yung mga ganun sasakyan, napaka-inaccurate ng mga metro pa naman, di ba? Kaya may mga drivers na.
Wala kami pera.
May tubo.
Dipstick na lang. Okay, yun. Hanggang doon pa, di ba? Parang, so it was even yung sasakyan, di ba? Parang, sino, or at least
kung sinong meron. Yun lang
meron,
yun. Sinong meron that day, during that day.
So you did start na parang kayo-kayo lang, di ba? Yung, okay, go there in the afternoon setup, lahat setup, tapos sa gabi, after the party, pack up na lang. Sama-sama na lang.
Painful part.
Minsan nga, wala nang uwian yan eh. We would have our STI meal. Where was our STI meal?
Maxim's
sa Green Hills.
Ay, Maxim's. Okay.
Yeah, Maxim's. So,
yeah, Maxim's.
After setup, we would have lunch or before setup, lunch, then dire-diretso na.
Ilang tanda ako, suckling pig.
Yun.
Sa Maxim's.
Sagot ng namin yun eh. Sagot ng fee namin yun, yung STI meal.
Kasama na yun.
Asado rice and one choice of siomai.
Correct.
That was it. Asado rice and...
Kung mahina ang kita, tubig lang. Wala soft drink.
Napaka-standard rin dati, Club Filipino eh, di ba?
Oo, yeah. Isa pa pala yun, Club Filipino, another party place.
It was always, anyway, and you usually would remember yung mga venues kasi parang, doon, madali mag-set up. Doon, grabe doon. Hirap doon, puro hagdan doon.
Hotels are the worst.
Yes, may hagdanan.
Like today, the hotels are the worst, right? Because of the security, all that.
Yeah.
And sa gabi, pag pack up naman, kasama mo yung basura like after pag-pack up.
Yeah,
hirap
that's true.
Okay. But and yung when all of this were happening, how was your Of course, I gotta ask kasi definitely during our time, diba, our parents were very about our future. Hindi, para bang yung a lot of our parents were professionals and they want to see us. So, kamusta yung sensibilities how did your parents take it na parang, you're gabi na kayo bumabalik. They were late na and then like, pawis na pawis and ganun. Was it okay? I mean, they were like seeing you as doing something na parang, hey, they're doing
Not
something.
for me. My parents were a bit, curfew was number one, remember, John? I was one of the first ones to go home all the time. Most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time, I guess.
Wow. Ikaw yung magpapaalam, like,
and then I would have to, sometimes I would have to choose Friday or a Saturday. Kasi we would have gigs Friday, Saturday. So, mamimili na lang ako. Magsiset up ako for both, but I cannot stay in one. So, it was hard then.
Kaya nagkaroon kami ng arrangement eh. There's a fee for pack up and there's a fee for setup.
Yeah.
May premium yung pack up.
Kasi ayaw mong gawin kasi, di ba?
Tapos nag-evolve yun. Magkano ba mag-pack up? Is it per person or it's a pot divided by, di ba? So, ganun. That's how we work. Then, syempre, yung tira, pangbili ng plaka, ganyan.
Yeah.
Maintenance.
And I'm sure it's even more challenging for the one who, contributes the speakers or the amps kasi malamang sa tata yun eh. Na parang, every week nawawala yung stereo ko. Dinadala yan.
Ultimately, we bought Serwin De Vega.
That's the Serwin De Vega na.
Yeah. Si Erwin De Vega.
Yan yung yung story ko diyan, yung we were having a small a small party dun sa Corinthians, sa air conditioning, ito sa Cebu. And you were set up dun sa labas. And the thing was, ang lakas ng tunog nyo, every time the door opens, pumapasok yung tunog nyo doon. Kaya parang, sabi ko, ano ba talaga? Yung most of the people, sorry.
Si
Parang
Erwin yun.
ang lakas papasok talaga Tuloy, yung mga ibang debutante naki-party na doon sa sa ano nyo. Sabi ko, kawawa naman.
Okay,
Pero,
so okay for you.
Pero okay na, Sir Erwin De Vega.
Si Erwin De Vega.
Si Erwin De Vega.
Si Erwin De Vega.
Kaya nga importante dati, may kilala ang karpintero talaga na maganda Kasi parang, you'd end up, like building a lot of the stuff muna bago kasi wala rin masyado yung, the imported stuff, hindi pa dumadating nun time dito, or madalang
Yeah,
talaga.
the cabinets, wala. Coffin, wala mga ganyan. Make your own.
Din. Our crates were also,
Iba-iba.
Gawa. Oo. May kahoy, may plastic, may gulong, may walang gulong.
But you did also use the the soft drink cases for your vinyl, for your LPs, records. Yung ganun yung.
No. We made crates. We made pagawa crates kasi nangyari, di ba, nag-move kami ng bahay. Gerard. So nagpagawa 1980. Oo, sa karpintero nagpagawa kami. Kaya yung mali namin, sabi namin gawa tayong 2 box para kasya lahat. Is madali. Yung mali namin doon, ang hirap pala kargayin pag marami maliit. Mas madali kung 4 small ones. Mahirap yun. Parating 2 tao.
Ganun nga yun. Parte ng learning curve nga yata.
Yeah,
kasi
there's a learning curve.
Kahit yung mga dati, di ba, we built our coffins and then, shit, ang bigat pala nito.
Yung coffin. You find out too late na
Yeah.
That's right.
But when
yung gulong natin, yung bilog. Chairs.
Okay, I get it.
As in, literally ball.
Yung ball.
Diba?
Yeah, I get that. Oo.
Hindi pa uso yung nagsi-swivel na nagulong nun
Yung plastic.
Talagang ball lang talaga.
Yun yung pag sobrang bigat, magbe-bend na pag ano.
Yun, exactly. Kuha mo. Yun.
Ultimately, wala na. Wala, ganun na.
Exactly.
And then, you did play, you played with, records most of the time, and then there was this transition towards digital. And how did you take that, yung transition to digital? Was it, did you see more benefits?
We graduated college 87. So, wala pa.
Oo nga pala, oo. Ano pala yun?
Sorry, you're much younger. So, hanggang plaka lang kami.
Walang transition at all.
Walang transition at all.
Wala. Yung CDs na lang namin were personal collections na lang. After us playing na as mobile disco.
Pero John kept all the vinyl, so
it's all with John.
Most, I think 90+%.
Good. Yeah. Good for you. Buti na ano nyo pa yun, nahabol nyo pa. Buti. And how about how was, given a sea of, that was the height of mobiles, of course. So what were your stuff na talagang pambato nyo nung time na yon? Considering, syempre, pasikatan di ba? Yung everyone's jockeying for the position of, being the one, di ba? So, ano yung nyo? Ano yung, did you have something?
Anthem.
Ano yung
Anthem? Dalawa yan Dalawa yung So Animal Song, as Gerard said.
Animal Song.
And then we used to call it.
Kalalabas lang kasi noon Kalalabas lang ng Animal Song. So the minute it came, we had the party that night, we played it, wala kaming pake. Sumasaludo pa tayo nun.
Animal Song. And then, of course, people loved what we used to call water music, yung Shui, di ba? First picture of you. People like that. And then it became more mainstream later. Animal Song parang didn't pick up. The wild one Gerard and I loved was Interferon.
Yeah.
Get Out of
That never made it, actually.
Never.
Yun yung
Kami lang.
pinapaalis namin. Kami lang ni John-C.
Get out of
I would
London.
play the record. Sasamahan ko si John-C sa dance floor. Kami dalawa lang.
Ay, kayo dalawa gano'n.
Si Ralph din.
Ralph po, kami tatlo. Yeah. Yeah. That was
Parang
fun.
So those were the and then I think what for the slower that parang our group like was Birdman.
We're my girl of the Cure.
What
These
was
were
that?
very,
Sorry.
these were songs that weren't very, they didn't make it.
Uh-huh.
Not the level of Gold, not the level of
Melt
all
with
the
you.
other hits, no.
Yan.
Melt with mga ganon, no. It still is our if we play it Birdman Girl with siguro with our reunions with all these other friends of ours, I'm sure magwawala na rin ulit. But it never made it. Never made it in
a bigger
in the bigger setting. Yes.
Yeah. Wider acceptance
Yes, correct.
Hey, June throws in a question. What was the best party of STI in your memory? Yeah, June asks that. John, pare. Ano yung June asks that.
Madami.
No, but I think that the best that came out, I think, was the one with the Dawn.
Baka
I
nga.
think we were all black.
Extra.
We were all in
black.
Kasi when we go out in parties, and if it's our party, we're all in black. We're all wearing skirts. We're all wearing boots. We're all wearing eyeliners.
Kakahiya.
Okay.
Nakakahiya.
Wow. Madali, nasa mind ko na tuloy yung picture
Believe
niya.
it or not, I had long hair. My long hair was actually in front.
Okay. Well,
And this was shaved at the back. So we were like Tears for Fears. John-C was Kurt Smith because he had braids at the back. Mine was the long hair in front.
in front. Okay.
Made in Club Filipino yun. Made in Club Filipino, care of our hairdressers, Banji.
Hindi ko na maala. See, John-C remembers these things. I don't. Really.
John remembers everything.
Braided hair.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the best parties would be, I think, the ones that we made with Master Mix and the one with the Dawn. I think
Kaila Marco Santos, sa Master Mix, masasaya yun. 2 levels, di ba we did one with Marco, 2 levels. So if you want disco sa taas, if you want new wave sa baba.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's how the parties were then.
2 levels.
Then the other one was the Valle Verde. I think that was another good one.
And that was
You mentioned Master Mix quite a number of times.
Kaibigan namin yan.
Naging barkada namin sila eh. Yeah, naging barkada namin. But up to now, I mean, we've been friends. Yeah, up to now.
So even with like pang SOS yung gamit, kailangan ng gamit, dagdag gamit ganyan yung relationship.
No, did
not
ever
gamit
do that?
naman.
But it's always more the professional the mutual respect among and I would say also TS Top Spin International. The three of I think we would always be together with them also. TSI Top Spin International Master Mix. And sino pa ba dyan?
Occasionally Offbeats. Savior Boys.
From Savior also, yes.
Pero I mean, like, how was it, being Savior, and I'm sure a lot of John, di ba? A lot of, syempre sa loob na Savior, marami ring mobiles dyan. What were the did you walk around, kasi during that time, did you walk around school having the record, for whatever reason, bit nyo yun sa canteen, and you're just showing off your newest record, di ba? Parang wala naman sa, ganun ba? I mean,
Di naman. Strict ang Savior eh. Pero, at saka parang from our batch, kami lang eh. Parang, if I recall right, but then Offbeats was a batch below us. Parang from our batch, parang kami lang yung nag-mobile. If I recall right. And then later on, maybe college. That's when it went. That's when there are others that
started. It was
started.
more the younger ones that was after us. I mean, it was never the same. We never had anybody above us or
Oh, interesting. Ah, okay.
The older, yeah. The older batches got us pa nga eh. The older batches in Xavier would get us. Eh.
And then again, the yung when did it follow through in college? Did most of you end up in the same college as well, or mas kalat na?
Doon naghiwalay. So parang Ateneo, UP, and Lasal. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay.
And that's when we lost touch with most of our friends. No?
The other
Uh-huh.
friends.
Kanya-kanya.
Pero tuloy pa rin tayo, di ba, Gerard? Till
Till
the
we finished
end,
our career,
we were
vocation.
outsourcing na the setup.
Okay. Yeah. Kumbaga, mas gusto mo lang, we just like to play, so you just outsource that.
That's how it
we just
started.
bring our records.
Oo, di ba? Actually, yeah, because the your music is the signature. At the end of the day, yun talaga yung magkakarga sa.
So, kahit na less yung kita, less hassle rin.
Correct.
No?
Tapos may tigalinis pa ng plaka.
Hey, Kokoy Puyat. Hey, John, tell us now how you.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Let's do it again, Kokoy.
No, how did we practice now? How did
you practice, pare? How did you do that?
Paano nga ba yun? Yung ba yung nagdadawa tayo?
Yeah. Dalawa tayo nun eh. Naka-cross, di ba?
Sabay. Yeah, we would what we always did before, I think this was for a Corinthian party, a big party. It was our party also. Me and John-C would always tandem.
Mm-hmm.
We would always have 3 turntables. So one would be putting in a song.
Mm-hmm.
As the song comes in, John-C plays another song. Yun ang ipapasok. So in other words, may teaser ka, nakala mo yun yung papasok, pero yung kay John-C yung papasok. And vice versa.
Parang pasok lang ng 16 counts lang yung pasok nun, tapos pasok sa iba.
Yes. Parang yung, yan yung sinasabi ni Kokoy, I think. That's how we practiced the last time.
Yeah, it was 3 turntables, 2 mixers.
Yeah. And then we did that also. Kami ni June Aventura, June did exactly the same thing for one of our gigs a few years back.
Mga
one of the reunions. Mga dokling. Kami ni dokling. And we played New Wave, which was perfect for us.
Magaling mag-New Wave si June. I've listened to it.
Magaling mag-New Wave yan.
Ano pa nga, nakakahiya yun. May dance step pa tayo eh.
Binanggit mo pa yun. My God. Oh my God. Sa Mad World.
yung True Faith, yung New Order. Di ba? You don't remember?
No, I remember how you would look like.
Tapos sino nagmi-mix? Sino nagmi-mix ako?
Tama, we would go out kasi. Walang tao sa booth. We would all go into the dance floor. Lahat kami. Oo. So, wala, habol-habol na lang yun.
Yun yung masaya doon. Parang, again, those things go down and those are the things that you remember. Parang just having fun with and yung so okay, wala kayong I mean, yeah, hindi niyo pala inabutan yung digital, which is good, I think, because there was sure, there was always this yung transition na yun eh, others held back while others just move forward eh. At the end, kaya nga yung DVS was just having DVS was playing with vinyl, but actually, like time-coded na lang yung music pas probably the best thing in the middle, di ba? Parang And, pero ngayon, I noticed now, yun, parang, well, si Gerard played last night but you, John, do you get to play, a lot pa ba?
Not since the pandemic. Before the pandemic, we were, from time to time, we'd play in Wildflower with sila Gerard, Teddy Dario. We used to play for them in Wildflower. Then off and on, private parties, ganyan. So we would do that.
Nalubat ako.
You had to get it right away.
I had to plug.
Kala ko, kala ko you had to go.
No. No, hindi number 3 to number 3. Hindi number 1, number 2, number 3, baterya. Okay.
Well, well, thank you for sharing some of the pictures, and I'd like to bring up some pictures because, again, actually, yung parang nga sa atin, to actually have pictures during that time. Yun yung mahirap because cameras weren't even,
Walang cellphone.
easy. Oh, walang cellphone. Tapos yung camera, buti nga kung na-develop yung film eh.
Correct.
So it's one thing to have a camera, it's another kung na-develop talaga yung pictures eh. So, well, thank you for sharing some of the pictures because I guess, it's so, ang ganda nung like this one. This was, could you tell us something about this?
That's John-C.
Let me go out para
I
lang
can tell you exactly where that is.
Mas malaki lang. Ay, tara. Yeah, where's that?
That's in Baguio. That's actually in Baguio. That's
for trips upstairs.
That's in the house of one of our good friends, Johnny Escaler. So, yan yung pagka bakasyon, akyat, then we set up there. Tapos whoever we see around, party later.
So, kakalabanin yung spirits, gano'n. at saka yung gold mine.
Yeah, so hapon pa yan. Set up lang yan, hapon.
Diba?
So I
is that a 901? Or,
no, that's also part of the Serwin. Si Erwin de Vega yan. Yan yung leads namin. Kita mo yung casing na yan? Gawa lang namin. Gawa yan.
Hindi kasi at that time, di ba 901 at saka 802?
Yes.
Ito ang 902.
Okay.
Siya yung 902.
902 yan.
Pinaghalo mo yung 802 at saka 901. 902. Oo, yan ang 902. Walang ganyan anywhere else.
Kami lang may ganyan.
buhay pa ba? Buhay pa ba yan?
Wala na. When I left kasi after graduating, I left for Cebu, no? So the kalat was halo-halo. Basta ang no touch yung plaka, which I brought with me. And then anyway, that one, nawala. When I got back, I don't know where the speakers went, Gerard. Diba our storeroom was in my place eh.
Right.
Naging bangko na, gano'n, or somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Nabenta
na siguro yun. Oo.
And now, let me share this one. This looks like...
Oh my God.
Ay, teka lang. Sorry.
Sabi ni Gerard.
Yan ang before.
Oh, ikaw to, Gerard?
That's me.
Alright.
Yan yung sinasabi kong maikli pa yung buhok ko na yan kasi the tip of the front of my hair used to be all the way to my chin.
Okay.
So maikli pa yan. So this is
Roland,
like it's a savior party.
Roland Orzabal nga.
Si Stanley yan eh.
If you notice, naka-eyeliner pa ako niyan. Thick eyeliner pa ako niyan. Oh my God.
Ayos
So that one is batch below us in Savior.
Yes.
And ito yung this was like somewhere in the middle of yung pagmo-mobile nyo or
that was probably the peak. I mean not the peak but I mean that the height of all.
Marami na,
Oo. Sa Friday, Saturday kami nagkakagig na.
di ba? Yung kung puno nga yung Friday, Saturday mo, you are definitely in the
Hindi, kaibigan lang lahat yun.
So bakit ang tanong, bayad ba yun? Kasi kung tiway ka pala.
Ay nako, basta painumin mo lang kami, masaya na kami. Kainin mo lang kami, masaya na kami. That's how it was before. We weren't really banking on much money. It was just all the camaraderie and the friendship between groups of friends.
True. And this one I love. Sabi ko, the first time I got this, I said, ayos to, parang pwedeng album cover ng Madness. Ano ba yan? Ng Madness na album.
That was pretty much what it was.
Ganun ba? Okay.
Yes.
Dying soldiers, put down your gun. Okay.
No, this is the Assumption Fair. Assumption Fair. So these were all, if you look at our shirts, these were all hand-painted shirts.
Oh, all right.
By me. The one of June was made by me. The one I'm wearing also. Mga ano yan, mga screen, ano, what do you call
Silk
that?
screen.
Silk screen. Oh, I
Silk
had so much
screen.
time then. Yeah.
Teka
Screen.
lang. Where are you here? Just to be sure
I'm there
about it.
pointing.
Oh,
I'm the one pointing out.
Okay. Got it. That's
June
Gerard.
Reyna is the one in that pink shirt, white and the pink box.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Paul Quintos, our other friend who already passed, is the one in shades at the back.
Okay.
Then John-C is in the middle between me and June.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Oh, all right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And DJ.
DJ.
how many pounds ago, pa?
Yeah.
Tapos yung turntable, hindi pa
Now,
tinatanggal
how many
yung
strands
takip.
ago? How many
Hindi,
strands
kasi,
ago?
alam mo yan, yung day na yan, hindi namin tinanggal yung cover nung turntables kasi mahangin.
Lumilipad. Oo.
So, pagka tugtog, bagsak. Weird ka eh.
Tama.
Pagka tugtog, bagsak. Ganun.
Tama. Teka lang, let me fix this. Sorry, I gotta check something here. Okay. This was again, Samo, Ika? Or
Assumption.
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 Mother Rose.
Mother Rose Hall eh. Yeah, Assumption. Yeah. Si Kokoy
Okay.
nandun na. Kasing tanda namin yan eh. Mas matanda pa siguro yan. Peace, Koy.
He just said he was there. He didn't say what year. How old
there,
was. He just said he was there. He didn't say how old.
And then, I think this was more recent, right? Ito. Yan.
Ayan yan. Gamit ni Frankie yan.
Pounds.
Yan. Oo nga pala yun.
2004.
Hi, I'm plugging. Popsy, Frankie,
That's my wife.
Generi stickers.
Oh, ayan Frankie. Oh.
2004 ba yan? Yeah, 2004. We were going back into it already. I mean, as these were friends parties lang.
That's that's Pachots, Gerard.
A wedding. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Patrick's wedding. Yeah, this is the sister of John-C.
Si Jun nangiintriga. So how do you always get those assumption fares anyway?
June, nakikita mo ba to? Ha?
Yun lang yun.
Nakikita mo ba itsura ni John-C? Ha? Sorry na lang.
Face value lang. Pasok na.
Choy. Peace. Then nagkataon mo lang
Marunong na kami mag-ads nun. Doon ka pumunta, lowest bid, tapos magkakagig ka.
Di mo lang alam, libre yun. No, we just had friends. We just had so much friends, I think. That's the beauty of at that time. I mean, the friends that would always go to your parties were your future clients as well.
Tsaka sa totoo lang, kung hindi kami nagdi-DJ or hindi nag-aaral, nasa chapel kami.
Sa Mother Rose Hall. Tabi nun, di ba? Ganun tayo nun.
Di ba? Totoo yan.
Chapel eh. Parang, hindi mo sa umaga tsaka sa going home, dadaan. Parang, Catholic eh. Catholic school eh. Oh, Mr. Tonet Abrilla, how are you?
Yun.
From Las Vegas.
Uy, another kuya.
Yeah.
The pros.
Thank you.
The man behind
House of Disco.
House of Disco. Ayan. Hey, Tonet, hindi pa dumadating yung shirt ko. Lost in the mail, I think. Wow, that was so. Now, right now, I mean, and I did notice actually. Right now, you still seem to. I've seen other pictures. You still play. You get to play music. So I guess it never really, hindi naman na mawala talaga yung just the love of playing music for and you still stick to your new wave, or have you expanded your the genres that you play? Like, yeah.
Well,
Go ahead, Gerard.
Mine was.
Yeah, I listened to you last night. Interesting ka kagabi, Gerard, yung music mo.
You were there ba? Sorry.
Yeah, I listened to it, like, okay, it's definitely not the usual, but I kinda dig it.
How do I say it? Because I always started with jazz fusion. That was my roots. I grew up with a father who's an audiophile. So I listened to classical music. I listened to the ballads. I listened to Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, all of that. So my background was very, very very wide and eclectic.
Uh-huh.
And then when I became part of STI, I fell in love with one record that changed my view of music altogether, and that was Cocteau Twins. Cocteau Twins is, I would say, one of my actually my I would say the best band for me because it paved the way for several genres from them. That's where, because uh, the Cranberries, if I don't know if you know Cranberries, Cranberries were based from that Cocteau Twins, and there's so many other groups that were based from the root of Cocteau Twins, and it all grew into what they call shoegaze music, ethereal music, goth.
Uh-huh.
So I was there, but I was very dark. I was
Uh-huh.
very dark then. So
Until
and
now.
then as up to a little, a little, and I think that's where I think that's where my roots came from. And then everything after the 80s, I think when I got back into music again, buying CDs, the one that got me really was a CD called Real Ibiza. Real Ibiza. That's where the chill out lounge started.
Okay. Okay.
So and that's where my passion for music fueled again. So this is all down tempo, and that's how I met. That's when I met Frankie. I was playing down tempo, chill out, breakbeat. So it was that, and so that's how I evolved. And then from there, naging house, naging techno, naging new disco, naging marami na eh. So that's why what you hear from last night, that's I guess a mix of my 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 left brain and my right brain, my dark brain and my clean brain trying to fuse together. But it just sounds very different. So I guess that's how I would best describe
That's good.
where I
That's nice.
evolved. Yeah, oo. From dark to clean. Ganon.
Definitely, it wasn't like the usual when I heard, parang, okay. Okay.
Talaga.
It got
So,
me to stay a bit. I mean, I wasn't there the whole, but I think I listened for like just over 10 minutes. And I go like, okay, this is
thank
like,
you. Thank you.
this is different.
Because
Ganun ba?
I wanted to sound different because I wanted to make retro sound not retro
I get.
because you have to have
Okay.
that twist eh. You don't want to
Uh-huh.
mix retro sound retro,
Mhm,
and you don't
mhm.
wanna date yourself also. You wanna try to keep up
Mhm.
a little bit.
Yeah.
You can
Gotcha,
add
gotcha.
that. Gerard, di ba you did ano rin eh? There was a period later you did Couch Lab, di ba?
Yeah, that's where my roots came from. I come from a group. I still play. I still play the same stuff, the down tempo, the lounge, with three other guys. You know, one of them,
Juno.
Juno.
Yeah.
You know, Juno Evanda, and the other one is Joseph. The three of us. Joseph is a DJ from. He used to be the resident DJ of Buddha Bar. So that's
Mhm.
he's been. So it's just me and Juno who weren't really professional DJs at the time.
Mm.
So we would go. I mean, we would go everywhere for gigs and all that. So that's why John-C was saying I had more experience because of Couch Lab.
Mhm, mhm.
I'm still part of Couch Lab, but
Yeah.
yan. O there, Joseph Alturas, ayan, there. Si Mark, ano yan, yan, no? Sorry, hindi ko nabanggit yung last name.
Jonathan.
Sorry, hindi ko nabanggit yung last name ni Joseph, sorry. O si Jet, that's they would call him.
You John, have you maintained your yung music mo, yung preferences mo?
Yeah, I think it comes out in what I choose to listen to. But I think now that when we play where we play, and depending on who we're playing for with Gerard, you try to please the crowd. Eh. That's
Yeah.
because they're there to have fun, diba?
Uh,
So,
uh,
but really, I've kind of stuck to to the Depeche Mode mold. Yan yung talagang ano ko, alam yan, favorite ko talaga yung Depeche. Kahit
Walang kulang na Depeche Mode album yan. Walang kulang na single.
Walang.
Wala. Kompletos recados yan.
So,
Sobra.
nung under rehab yung isa tumutugtog, and then bumaliktad, nasa rehab, tuloy, so they're still, and they're back now. No, I think they had a good year prior to COVID. Probably they were rivaling U2 as far as concert touring was concerned. So I was hoping they would come. They would come here, but na COVID nagka-pandemic
Sayang yung ano.
Yeah, so those are still so, but then I listen rin to new stuff, and you get, actually it's great to listen to what our kids listen to, because it's parang what we did, what happened in the 80s is nag-return somewhat to the 60s in terms of melodies, diba? So parang ganyan din these kids now know our sounds so that means the musicians probably also identify with it. I think it's a 20-year cycle. Kailan nanganganak
those musicians found inspiration to the music they heard growing up. Diba?
Yeah,
Something
their
like
parents.
that.
So parang that's the cycle.
Well, if you knew that if you knew the history of house music, the base is disco.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
So you can see the
four to the floor and
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, sa bagay. And in the formula, actually, just kind of proves that the formula will always work. You just have to, evolve it to the times during, para and it will catch on.
Correct. That's right.
Oh, sorry, kanina kasi hindi ko mahanap to our guests, our watchers always love to see old, references. So let me call up this. Is this a ticket ng ano?
Ayan.
There.
McKinley.
So, mo yung yung billing STI Master Mix STI.
Yung pala yun. So meron doon. Okay. So ano to? Party was dun sa second floor, dun sa
This is the one. Yeah, that's
Marco
the one.
Santos yan.
1984. Ayos
Ako yung nag-drawing yan. FYI.
This was a drawing? Ito? Drawing mo lang to?
Solid. Drawing tapos copy.
Ito ba yun yung parang may ilaw sa ilalim?
I copied it from a magazine.
Ilalim ng glass table tapos inaano mo yun sa sketch mo.
Parang ganun. Hindi, Japanese paper.
Japanese paper.
Japanese paper,
sketch mo dun, di ba?
And kamukha ni Ralph Roy, di ba, Gerard? Kamukha ni Ralph Roy.
Yes, that's right.
Actually, di ba, ang ganda na rin ng mga tickets noon di ba? Considering wala pa we didn't really have the computers and such. Talagang art, sana, kung may collection lang of the tickets of before, di ba? Ang ganda ng mga...
Exactly.
I always, one thing that always stuck me somehow, yung Requiem na party ticket it's that Requiem na yun. I love that. And then,
that also.
Kokoy volunteered this this is the
Naku, pinapahamak talaga tayo si Kokoy.
This is a before and after picture.
Yeah. That's hopefully the before is the one on top. We were hoping the before was on top, and then that's
Kokoy's
complete,
production.
except for June. That's the one on top was except June. June Reyna is not there, and Paul Quintos. That's it.
Which brings me back to yung STI. So Sound Technology International, but here it's sound saka ilaw.
Ayan, nilagay na ni Kokoy, sound saka ilaw.
Sound saka ilaw. Talaga saka no?
Saka talaga.
Saka talaga
Accent on saka.
Because we really didn't want it to sound too serious, and then everybody was joking. Ano ba yung style na yan? Baduy-baduy naman, sound technology.
Sa mata.
Tapos John-C said, sounds tsaka ilaw. Si John, doon nag-umpisa. Si John-C nagsabi na. Then sound tape deck ilaw. Isa pa yun.
Speaker tape.
Naman si John-C. Nagalit yata.
Pero kasi nga naman yung mga pangalan natin dati, yung 80s, parang it had something to do with the brand. There is something to do with technology or audio or sound.
True.
Diba?
True.
Kaya napaka-dated pag narinig mo yung pangalan, okay, alam mo anong generation yung galing to.
That's true.
Because of course, there's still some sound systems right now that have carried on the name. And, like, 40 years later, parang, okay.
Parang it doesn't sound as good anymore. Oo. Parang it was like STI, naging eskwela na ngayon, di ba? I mean, di ba? Finishing school or whatever, di ba? So it doesn't sound good anymore.
Yeah. I remember I did a talk about in one of the trade shows. I did a talk about the title being like, so you wanna get into the sound and light business. Ganun. One of the points that I pointed at was, think about your name. It may sound good now, but 20 years from now or 10 years from now, you want to appeal to na growing company mo. You want to appeal to a corporate market.
Hindi na uso nun na hindi na uso 20 years from now.
You're like you're bidding for a corporate launch, and your sound system name is noise. Something like it doesn't make sense.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Creating chaos. Something like that. No, I mean, it doesn't give a bit of yung confidence. Parang, teka lang, are you gonna pull it off? But anyway, well, it's so well, again, wow, it's so nice to have talked to you. Now, right now, both of you being, in your own professional fields, but you still play. And I'm sure sometimes, nabibigyan kayo ng TF, di ba? And of course, you accept it. But I don't know, you probably don't really use it. So how do you, nowadays, how do you manage like playing, and then whereas dati parang tutugtog tayo, tapos gusto natin yung for the mobile, but now as for your talents na lang halos to, di ba? And expression talent nyo. How do you use that? No, yung time and yung TF. Do you still buy records, or do you put it in some other, some good use, like Gerard,
Well, as a family man, of course, it goes to my children, for the house, things that. But of course, when my profession is doing well, sometimes you try to give back also.
Yeah.
But sometimes TF's not enough. They're like gas money. Or for me, well, it's not like there's a lot. But I know John-C. John-C has this program, and I don't know if is he joining us or. And I would want him to talk about it. But
I'm on.
John-C there? No.
Yeah. That would be nice. Yeah.
I'm on.
Anyway,
John. Oh, Gerard. Or si John.
John-C ang ano dyan eh.
John, would you like to share?
Yeah.
Your,
so my so thanks for asking then, Gerard. Because one of my things, though, so I wanted to teach when I graduated. I was thinking that's a calling.
But I know what John-C does. I think
wala ba?
Nawala ka kay Gerard. Yeah, he's here.
Oh, there, John.
Okay. Yeah.
Am I
on the screen?
Yeah, you're good.
Am I around?
Okay.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say, so thanks for asking.
Wala.
No, maybe on your on your side.
Am I? But I'm on with you, Mario.
My bad.
Yeah, you're on.
Okay, si Gerard doesn't hear me yata. So I was saying that on my part, I wanted to teach, no, Mario. But since in this country you need to be able to afford to teach, rather than the other way around, make it a source of income. What I've done is whatever I make doing gigs now, I created a fund, no, which I call Music for My Teachers. This is a fund that we use for emergency expenses of our Xavier School faculty at
Ah,
our time. Na if
okay.
they need it for emergency, we draw on that. So it's held by my batch foundation, and so anything I earn, I put it in there, and it stays there. We try to replenish it as and when it needs to. But every time I get, then there's wala ka pang problema sa tax kasi everything goes there. In fact, we can
Yeah, yeah.
pack the foundation if people who hire me want to get a receipt, we can issue our batch 83 receipt. So yeah, if people want to help also our teachers, kasi the other thing is in this country, the health plans aren't great, and one of the things that can really kill you if you're planning for the future is unexpected medical expenses,
Oh,
and
yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
our teachers don't have enough for that. If it's a critical illness, so yeah, we have that. So I keep that with my batch foundation in Savior.
Oh, so your batch has a foundation for for your teachers. That's interesting.
The
Okay.
foundation has other functions, but
Uh,
and we have several apostolates. Pero for me, this one is a special fund lang. We keep there, and I put it there rather than on my person. Para at least it's already administered by our foundation. It's directed naman to the Savior faculty of our time.
uh,
Yun,
okay.
that's what I do with my
Well,
PF.
great, great. Yeah, that's a great way to actually as you said, give back. I think yun na nga yun. I mean, a lot of us at this age, we do try to give back na. I mean, given ilang taon na rin yung tumakbo, parang we've gotten we've been blessed. So kailangan minsan na talaga you just have to return it back and in some other form kung pwede lang, di ba? Okay. Great. Anyway, well, thank you so much, guys. I mean, I'm I really appreciate the time that you've given. And yeah, I mean, I've been thank you for June as well for connecting me to you guys,
Yes,
because
yes. Thanks, Joy.
I've been it's been hard to, it was easy to get yung mga contemporaries ko, pero yung the ones older, wow, that was
Manolo.
that was a challenge. But again, again with the network and the new friends that I was able to have during this time, thank God na connect sa inyo, and we get to learn the stories of STI as well. Definitely one of the bigger and the more the ones that established pretty much yung mobile scene ng time na yun. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure our listeners appreciate it as well. Thank you so much, guys. If you want to say your goodbyes, and thanks to our watchers.
Hey,
Yeah,
thanks,
we'll
Thanks,
respond na lang on
Joy.
Facebook. Thanks to everyone. Thanks, Joy.
Dicky's there. Thanks, guys.
Dicky, just
Sorry, I can't see
said hi.
John-C. I can't hear him also.
Oh, really? That's weird.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can't hear him. I can't see him also. So sorry, I don't know what John-C's saying. If I'm
Okay.
overstepping
Well,
him, so
no
I'm
problem.
sorry.
It's okay. It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Okay.
So anyway, I'd like to thank you, Mario, for this opportunity to share our story.
Yeah.
It's a story that we've always been talking about, me and John-C and
Yeah.
all our other friends. So, but it's the first time we've actually talked about it in public. And all our other friends also
And
watching.
I'm sure a lot of the guys really appreciate it because yun na nga yun eh. It's stories just have such a value na if we can't hear it from the guys that were there, then it's just less of a reality. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us. With us was John-C, Syquia, and Gerard Henson. And well, thank you very much. See you next week. And we are out of here. Okay,